Oh, hello, this is Cecia. I'm gonna be starting with a new project. And let's call this phase 1. Okay, and let's just make a comment up here. Phase 1. And we're gonna be doing a login system. And the user will have 3 attempts. Okay, first we need to import the java.util scanner. And then also import the Java IO, and this will just let us handle file handling cases. Okay, and here we're gonna do throw IO exception. Okay, now we can start. Let's set up our variables. String username, string password, and let's do their attempts, and their max attempts will be 3. And let's do boolean found if the credentials of the user info was found, and let's set that as false. And let's create object for our scanner. So it's gonna be scanner keyboard new scanner system.in. Okay, now let's get our file. And it's gonna be file equals new file, and let's grab our path. So we're gonna be using this file to verify the user's credentials. Copy. Okay, and we need to put double dash. Okay, now we can do the loop. So let's do while attempts is not 0, run this. Okay, yeah, so let's ask our user to type in their username. So what is your username? And let's hold that data to this variable. Keyboard next line. And then let's ask them for the password too. Print. And what is your password? Password equals keyboard. Okay. Now let's make an option for user's input. Use scanner. And that will be for the file. Okay. So this will read our file. And now we can grab our boolean and set it as false again, because this is gonna reset. And if we go into the file, there's this first line. That we need to skip, because we only want to check this. Okay. So if we want to skip the header, it will be like if input has next line input has next line. So this is gonna skip the header. And now while input has next line, we want to read each line of the file. Okay. Okay. So while input has dot next line, and this will actually loop each remaining line in the file. And now we need to store that into a variable. Let's put that as string equals line, and then input dot next line. Okay. Now for each line, we want to identify the user and password. So we need to take each line and go by department. So 0, 1, 2. Username will be location 2 and password location 3. So let's put string. We're gonna be using an array. Let's name this location equals line we want to split it, and then go with tabs as identifiers. No. Since each little compartment is there's like a tab between them, so we need to put it there. Okay, now we can put string, and let's put file user equals location. That's our array, and we need to go to 1 0 1 2, so it'll be location at 2. Okay, and we want to trim any unnecessary spaces, so let's put trim. So file pass equals location, and it will be at 3.trim. Okay, string line input our next line. Each line we want to identify. Okay, this is our array, but we forgot to set up our statement. So 0 1 2 3 4, so that's 4 departments, and we forgot to put the length of this array. So if location dot length 4, okay, now set up, we need to compare our user credentials with the user file. So it will be if user name equals file user and password equals file pass. we're gonna set this as true. Then we can now break the loop. Okay. Now you can go down here and close this. Now if it was found, it will print system out print login successful, and then let's break this. Else we're gonna decrement the attempts and we will print system out print line. Try again. You have attempts left. Okay. Now we can exit this out. And then here, if they maxed out, if not found, and attempts equals 0, so they already tried 3 attempts. We're gonna tell the user you have been logged out. Okay. Here. Okay. Okay, here we're going to close keyboard, close, and let's try this. Okay. And let's grab the password. Okay, so login successful. So let's try another way. Let's see if it was incorrect. Password. Okay, so try again. You have two left. Two. Let's actually. Okay, well, it did work. So, okay, so login successful. That's phase one.